Let's do some France then. Erik Bielderman, French football expert, joins us. Hey, Erik.
Hey, Erik.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Bonjour.
I mean, 3 wins from 3. You're starting to believe, Erik?
Of course, we do believe. We have had the feeling from the early stage of the tournament that behind Spain, we are the co-favorite or the second favorite of the tournament. Now, after the first phase, we can see emerging also Argentina. Argentina is also a very strong team with maybe a quite easy way to reach at least the semi-final. So, of course, we are very happy. We're optimistic. And the very good point of yesterday is Dembele is back.
Yeah. And Dembele and being set up by Mbappe, like an understanding between those two players, because you will know better than me, but the understanding is that Dembele hasn't really sort of found his place in this team until the last couple of games.
Yeah, we knew that to have Dembele behind Kylian Mbappe like it was first game didn't work. So Dembele now is a wide right player like he was years ago with Paris Saint-Germain, but also with Barcelona. And Olise plays central behind Mbappe. And altogether, the system seems to work. It seems to work because we have an offensive way of thinking, an offensive lineup with only 2 defensive midfield to make the job. So far it works. And what is the good point is that Dembele is on fire. So far, he was for quite ages, I would say a couple of months, he was not at all on fire. So yesterday, I think the mental boost is the major positive aspect of that game.
I'm just so impressed with the creativity in the side that they seem to be able to work out how to score against any team. We saw England in the week struggling against the low block. I just feel like France would have found answers, because if Mbappe's not doing it, Olise will do it, or Dembele will do it. It just feels like a complete team.
Yeah, it's true that they can score to any opponent. They can score in any situation. But also, you have noticed that yesterday with the B team of Norway, they were also conceding some chances. They could have got a penalty which was 3-2 instead of 3-1. The left and right back are not doing exactly what you can expect from a defense of a world champion team to be. So we are quite optimistic. We know that offensively speaking, we are not by far, but we are for sure the best team. And even on the bench, we have players Barcola, like Cherki. It's gifted. It's a gifted team in the offensive. But we know that the World Cup, it's not only about show. It's not about scoring goals. It's also at some point not to concede goals. So we are optimistic. We're happy. But we are realistic that knockout phase is another story.
Yeah, and I suppose, if you're trying to look at holes in France, which is difficult, your sort of central midfield, I mean, because Rabiot was, he didn't play yesterday, but,
yeah.
And Ousmane, they're brilliant players, but I guess if you compare it to the Spain midfield or the Portugal midfield, you might think that is, when it gets really down to the business end, that might be where you struggle. I don't know.
Yeah. In fact, you make a key point. Didier Deschamps always won tournament or was strong in tournaments with a 4-3-3 system. He likes to have strong defensive and creative midfield in the meantime. So with 2, which is the case today, it's like it doesn't feel like I have to make a choice between my 4 jewels up front. So I trust them and I ask them to do the defensive job properly. But when you will have to play, as you say, Spain or Argentina or maybe England, we know that the battle of the midfield might be the key of the game. And Didier Deschamps will go to the system that he's having now, which is quite a revolutionary system in his culture, or shall he go back to a more cautious lineup? That's a question mark that we don't have so far a clue. But if we look at the next phase, we play Sweden, then we might have to play Germany. I think with this system, we can go through. Then when will come the Argentina or the Spain, that's the two teams I really consider as the most fearful team for us, then I'm sure we shall have some new talk about what's going to happen in Didier Deschamps' mind.
Well, you're just being a bit too good at the moment for our liking, Eric, but, it is a joy to watch. Thanks for coming on, pal.
Thanks, Eric.